You got a raise, maybe a new job, maybe a promotion you worked hard for, and you deserve it, no question. But here's what nobody talks about. 6 months later, the money's gone. Not lost, not stolen, just gone. And your savings account looks exactly the same as it did before. That right there is why most people will never retire early. Not because they didn't earn enough, but because of something quieter. Something most people never even see coming. It's called lifestyle creep. And today we're going to break down exactly what it is, show you the real numbers behind how it drains your future, and give you a practical plan to stop it, without feeling like you have to live like a monk. Quick note before we get into it. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, CPA, or attorney, and this isn't financial, legal, or tax advice. Full disclaimer is in the description. Okay, let's get into it. Lifestyle creep, also called lifestyle inflation, is what happens when your spending rises right along with your income. You make more, so you spend more. And on the surface, that sounds totally reasonable. You worked hard. You earned it. Why shouldn't you enjoy it? The problem is, when your spending grows at the same rate as your income, or faster, your savings rate stays flat. Or worse, it shrinks. And a flat savings rate, no matter how much you earn, means one thing. You're not getting ahead. You're running in place on a very expensive treadmill. Here's the data that should wake you up. A full 52% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now, including, and this is the part that gets me, 40% of people earning over $100,000 a year. 6 figures. Paycheck to paycheck. That's lifestyle creep in its most extreme form. More income, same financial stress, just at a higher altitude. And it gets more direct than that. When surveyed, 52% of Americans admitted that if they got a higher paying job, they would spend more. Not save more, spend more. It's almost a reflex at this point. So how does it actually happen? Let's walk through it because it doesn't feel like one big decision. It's 100 small ones. You get your first real job and you're making $45,000 a year. You're careful. You're watching every dollar. You cook at home, you drive an older car, you split a cheaper apartment, and you're doing fine. Then you get a raise. You're at $60,000 now. And here's where it starts. You move into a nicer apartment, maybe just $300 more a month. You start going out to eat more because, after all, you've earned it. You upgrade your car. You sign up for a few streaming services. You start flying instead of driving for trips. Each one of these, on its own, feels completely reasonable. But look at what just happened to your money. That $300 apartment upgrade, that's $3,600 a year gone. The extra dining out, say you go from spending $150 a month to $350 a month. That's another $2,400 a year. A new car payment at $450 a month versus $200. That's $3,000 more per year. Add in subscriptions, streaming, gym memberships, delivery apps. And by the way, the average American is spending about $219 a month on subscriptions alone. That's $2,628 a year. And studies show 75% of people underestimate what they're spending on subscriptions, often by $100 a month or more. So let's add it up. In this example, you just spent roughly $11,600 more per year than before. And your raise was maybe $12,000 before taxes. The raise is gone. Every penny of it. Absorbed by lifestyle before you even had a chance to think about what you actually wanted to do with it. Now multiply that pattern across your entire career. Every raise, every bonus, every job upgrade quietly funneled into a bigger lifestyle instead of a bigger future. Here's the real cost, and this is where it gets serious. It's not just that you spent the money, it's what that money could have become. Say you redirect just $500 a month, that's $6,000 a year, into investments instead of lifestyle upgrades. At a 7% average annual return over 30 years, that $500 a month becomes about $566,000. Over 35 years. Nearly $830,000. Now bump it to $1,000 a month, which is not unreachable once you look at the lifestyle inflation most people have quietly stacked up. Over 30 years at the same 7% return, That's about $1.13 million. Over 35 years, about $1.65 million. That is the difference between retiring early and working until you're 67. And it had nothing to do with income. It had everything to do with what you did with income when it arrived. Now let's talk about where lifestyle creep actually hides, because it does not announce itself. The first place is housing, the biggest one. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 2024 Consumer Expenditure Survey, housing is the single largest expense for American households, averaging about $2,189 a month, or just over $26,000 a year. Every time income goes up, the temptation is to move somewhere bigger, nicer, or in a better neighborhood. And because housing is a fixed monthly cost, upgrading it locks in a higher expense permanently. It doesn't just cost you this month. It costs you every month for the next 5 to 10 years. The second place is transportation. Americans spent an average of about $1,110 a month, around $13,318 a year, on transportation in 2024. A car upgrade after a raise feels like a reward, but that higher payment doesn't go away. And it's not just the payment. It's higher insurance, higher maintenance, and higher registration too. Every single month. The third place is the small stuff, and this is the sneakiest category of all. Dining out, subscriptions, delivery apps, entertainment. Americans spend an average of about $191 a month at restaurants. Add takeout and delivery on top, another roughly $88 a month, and you're looking at nearly $280 a month just on food you didn't cook yourself. That's $3,360 a year on outside food alone. Entertainment spending averages about $3,609 a year. Apparel, another $2,001 a year. None of these feel like budget breakers on their own. That's the whole point. They creep. Now let's talk about the psychology behind why this is so hard to resist, because it's not just about discipline. It's something called the hedonic treadmill. Basically, humans adapt fast. Whatever felt like a luxury yesterday starts to feel like a necessity today. You upgrade to business class once on a long flight, and suddenly economy feels unbearable. You start ordering delivery a few nights a week, and now cooking feels like a chore. You move into a nicer place, and your old apartment feels impossible to go back to. Your expectations keep rising, and so do your expenses. And here's the kicker. Research shows more spending doesn't actually make you happier long term. People return to roughly the same baseline level of happiness even after income increases. The upgrade gives you a temporary boost, then you adapt, then you need the next upgrade to feel that same boost again. Meanwhile, your investment account just sits there, waiting, growing if you feed it, stagnant if you don't. So what do you actually do? Here are 5 practical strategies with real numbers attached. First is the raise rule. Every time you get a raise, commit to saving at least half of it before you touch a dime of it. Some financial experts say 75% is the right target. Either way, the key is to automate it immediately before the money ever hits your checking account. Out of sight, out of mind. If you never see it, you won't spend it. In real numbers, say you get a $5,000 raise after taxes. That's about $417 extra a month. Under the raise rule, about $208 goes straight to your investment account or your 401k the day it hits. You still have about $209 more to spend than before. You win on both sides. Second is the subscription audit. Set a timer for 30 minutes. Pull up the last 2 to 3 months of bank statements. Highlight every recurring charge. Every single one? You will almost certainly find services you forgot you were paying for. Cancel anything you haven't actively used in the last 30 days. Not the last month you vaguely remember using it, the actual last 30 days. If you find $150 in subscriptions you don't use and redirect that to investments, that's $1,800 a year. At 7% over 20 years, that's about $87,000 from subscriptions you weren't even using. Third is the lifestyle freeze. When your income goes up, freeze your lifestyle exactly where it is for at least 90 days before you make any changes. Don't upgrade the apartment. Don't change the car. Don't add new memberships. Let the extra money stack. This breaks the automatic spending reflex that kicks in the moment a raise hits, and it shows you what's actually there before you commit to spending it permanently. Fourth is anchoring to a savings rate instead of a dollar amount. Saying, I'll save $500 a month stops working when your income grows because $500 suddenly feels less significant and lifestyle starts pulling at the rest. Instead, commit to a percentage like 20% of gross income. Now, every time your income goes up, your savings go up with it automatically. No renegotiating with yourself every time your paycheck changes. Fifth is getting intentional about the big three: housing, transportation, and food. Those three categories are where lifestyle creep does most of its damage. Before you upgrade any of them, run the actual numbers. What does that extra monthly cost become over 10 years, and what would it be worth invested instead? A $300 apartment upgrade over 10 years is $36,000 in extra rent paid. That same $300 a month invested at 7% over 10 years becomes about $52,000. That's the true cost of the upgrade. Not $300 a month, $52,000 in lost future wealth. Now, this is important. None of this means you never improve your life. That's not the point. You work hard, and you should enjoy the results. The difference between lifestyle creep and lifestyle elevation is simple. Creep is spending that happens by default. Elevation is spending you choose deliberately after your savings are funded because it genuinely adds value to your life. Buy the nicer thing. Take the trip. Enjoy the meal. Just do it on purpose, not instead of your future. Here's the bottom line. Lifestyle creep doesn't feel like a threat because it doesn't look like one. It looks like progress. It looks like success. It looks like enjoying what you've earned. But every dollar that quietly disappears into a bigger lifestyle is a dollar that isn't compounding toward freedom. The people who retire early aren't always the highest earners. They're the ones who protected the gap between what they earned and what they spent, and let that gap do the work. That gap is where wealth is built. Guard it. If this video was helpful, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow and reach people who need to hear this. And if you want to go deeper, I've got videos on how to build a simple budget, the optimal order to fund your retirement accounts, and traditional versus Roth IRAs. All linked in the description. Now, if you're really serious about retiring early, I wrote a book that goes way deeper than any single video can. It's called Fire Movement. Stop trading time for money and build freedom. A practical guide and workbook to financial independence and retiring early. Inside, you'll find a clear FIRE path, worksheets to map out your numbers, and real-world scripts for things like asking for a raise or talking about money without freezing up. Plus, tools to cut debt, trim your budget, and build a plan you'll actually follow. If you're ready to go from I get it to I'm doing it, grab the book. Scan the QR code on screen or hit the link in the description. Drop a comment below. What's an example of how lifestyle creep has impacted your finances in the last 5 years? Thanks for your time.